Thanks for joining us for CBN's On the Home Front, where we highlight what the men and women of America's military do to defend our country. I'm Mark Martin. The USNS Comfort celebrates her 7th deployment as part of U.S. Southern Command's Enduring Promise. The medical mission ship provides care and friendship for partner nations in the Americas. During the 5-month humanitarian tour, the ship will conduct port calls to 12 nations.
When the great white ship USNS Comfort comes into view, people throughout the Americas know that hope and healing are on the way. Some will receive procedures to restore their sight after years of blindness. Others will receive dental care, medications, or life-changing surgery not available in remote locations. Whatever the service, USNS Comfort and her team of medical professionals convey U.S. Southern Command's enduring promise of care and friendship for partner nation in the Americas. This year, Comfort celebrates her 7th deployment to the region. During the 5-month humanitarian tour, the ship will conduct working port calls to 12 nations, including Colombia, Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Grenada, Haiti, Jamaica, Panama, St. Lucia, and St. Kitts and Nevis. Comfort medical teams will work alongside medical professionals from partner nations. Many of these countries are absorbing vast numbers of Venezuelan migrants fleeing the collapse of economic and healthcare systems in their homeland. According to U.S. Navy Admiral Craig Fowler, commander of U.S. Southern Command, the U.S. is committed to support the Venezuelan people and our regional partners who share the goal of seeing a legitimate, democratic government reinstated in Venezuela. The 2019 Comfort deployment demonstrates what can be accomplished when partners work together to help people in need. This humanitarian effort reflects the United States' promise of friendship, partnership, and solidarity with the people of the Americas. USNS Comfort, an enduring promise and a partnership in care for the Americas.
America's military doesn't just provide care for other nations. Overseas in Italy, service members are participating in exercise Astral Night. The 4-day joint multi-nation exercise is focused on building teamwork.
Astral Night participation really speaks to the interoperability in this theater to work with our allies and F-35 partners to be a better warfighting team. So the goal for us and the participating nations is to really see how to interoperate with the F-35 and 4th generation assets in the air and on the ground. We demonstrate our ability to deploy and fight where we're needed to work with our allies.
Being out there, really the feeling for me is when I show up to the jet and I see the maintenance team having this jet ready to go, working all night to get it ready and be able to fly and participate in this exercise, and then finally being out there to go do it, it is truly an amazing feeling.
Bringing together multiple nations for an exercise of this size and scope is crucial to fostering those relationships and partnerships. We aim to enhance command and control integration, coordination, and interoperability of air, land, and sea capabilities and overlapping operations into the integrated air missile defense architecture.
And in Poland, soldiers are at work learning to enhance their skills to better defend America and its allies. The Tobruk Legacy 2019 includes members from the 174th Air Defense Artillery Regiment. The exercise is a multinational air defense training program held yearly. Take a look.
So today is the live fire exercise for Tobruk Legacy 2019. It's the culmination of a preparatory period, a live exercise, and now with the combined live fire. between ourselves and about a dozen other nations. Our battery has participated in Tobruk Legacy throughout as one of the participating countries. And then today we executed a Stinger live fire. We've completed our day live fire thus far, and we have a night live fire going on this evening. We as a battery, in a matter of a week, we're able to integrate fully with our allies and provide lethal fires to defend friendly airspace. And we can do it without prior planning. We can do it without having to stumble our way through it. We can show up lethally and effectively defending our friendly airspace.
I was one of the gunners with Soldier Corporal Malk. We did a simultaneous fire, as in two outlaws were out there at once, and we both fired at both of them at the same time. I'd say it's pretty cool. I mean, it's an active flying target, so even when I was a tanker, the best thing we had as things to shoot at was just a moving square box, so having something actually flying around in the air that you have to track and engage is a lot better than that.
Today's exercise was firing with the ETAC man pads, which is Man Portable Air Defense System. That's a new piece of equipment that allows the gunner to see the tracks from the radar and also a thermal sight for the outlaw. It is really cool to be part of a unit with leadership and soldiers that want to be part of kind of the frontier of where the air defense is going.
After the break, how up-and-coming innovative technology plays a role in the advancement of America's military. We're going to show you next. Welcome back to On the Home Front. The United States Army Operational Test Command, known as OTC, has been a vital asset to the American warfighter for the past 50 years, and they continue to work to advance America's military.
The United States Army Operational Test Command, known as OTC, has been a vital asset to the American warfighter for the past 50 years. Mandated by law under Title 10 of the U.S. Code, Section 139, OTC's mission is to conduct independent operational tests of new and emerging technologies that will improve a typical soldier's capability on the modern-day battlefield. OTC accomplishes this mission by utilizing real soldiers, conducting realistic missions in real-world scenarios under representative threats from independent and determined adversaries, all within a representative battlefield environment. OTC is the final check. Averaging 50 major test events a year, OTC plays a pivotal role in the Army's acquisition process by testing every item or key component of weapons, equipment, or munition systems fielded by U.S. soldiers. The main concern being effectiveness, suitability, and survivability. This data is collected and passed on to evaluators who then inform decision makers on which systems are best suited to ensure supremacy on the battlefield. OTC's most valuable asset is its people. Led by a brigadier general, OTC is comprised of over 600 military and civilian personnel. These people occupy 60 facilities in 4 states. They conduct Army and Joint Service tests and experiments throughout the U.S. and the world. The Operational Test Command's most valuable strength is its ability to enable. OTC enables decision makers at the highest level to plan ahead and map out the Army's future. OTC enables readiness today and on future battlefields. OTC's experienced personnel enables the fielding of emerging technology in a unique, fluid, and comprehensive way. This is achieved by utilizing new locations, new units, and new TTPs. OTC enables participating units to train and develop their soldiers, who gain real-world experience in realistic operational environments. OTC's highest priority is the soldier. Our sons, our daughters, they judge OTC's efforts with their mission accomplishment and, more importantly, with their lives. This is a sacred trust which will not be compromised. For 50 years, OTC has operated under the paradigm of professionalism, dignity, and respect for all. They will continue this legacy into the battlefields of tomorrow. Army Strong, truth in testing.
Commander of Air Education and Training Command, Lieutenant General Stephen Quast, says America has great potential to be innovative using current and emerging technologies.
When I take a look at the technologies of our age that are on the table right now, with space, cyber, supercomputing, nanotechnologies, they have attributes that are networked in nature. And so they have the ability to have the speed and lethality, but have we really given the people the time and the money and the freedom to tinker and explore to see how it would be best used? What is the next thing that helps us have a competitive advantage over our adversaries? If you're an American, you live in a culture that has the most potential of being innovative than any other culture on planet Earth. This hunger, this independence, this almost maverick spirit within America's culture is a game changer in our ability to reinvent ourselves when we need to.
Coming up, a look at what military firefighters experience every day and why they love fighting for their country. Welcome back. American military firefighters in England work hard every day with training, even between training and during everyday life. Here's a look at a day in their lives.
Somebody's life could be hanging in the balance, so it's very important that we actually get there to have the capability to provide, the support that they need. So we support the mission by providing fire protection services to everyone on base. That ranges from fire protection to medical emergencies to the structural side and the aircraft. So generally we have about 13 to 16 people on shift daily. We man 6 different trucks that are able to respond to a variety of emergencies, from structural fires to medical emergencies, aircraft emergencies, motor vehicle accidents, the list goes on. Teamwork is honestly paramount in this career field. It's if you don't have a good crew behind you, you have to trust the people that you are going into a burning building or something that's potentially life-threatening. So if you don't trust the guys that are behind you, or the person who's outside that's supposed to be getting you water, while you're in a burning building, it's very, very dangerous. So it requires everybody to be on the same page from training to actual operations in the field. The average workday starts off at 07:25 with roll call. Then from there, we wind up going into daily details, where we complete all the station cleaning. From there, the guys are down, where they are able to work on CDCs, CBTs, and personal things and that covers until the next day at 07:25 when the next shift comes on. My favorite part of the job is being able to help somebody on their worst day. When somebody needs somebody there immediately, we're the people they call, and I'm able to help them. And I think it's extremely rewarding. So obviously, with the nature of our jobs, it is, you can face life or death scenarios. It's very nerve-wracking. Sometimes we tend to cope with it. It's through a lot of humor. We have a support system, a great support system within the fire department. And I know myself as well as my guys could reach out to anybody at any time if need be to get any help or, just share what's going on. Honestly, this is one of the best group of firefighters that I've worked with in a very long time. I think myself and the assistant chief run a very well-oiled machine, and I couldn't ask for a better team.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after the break. Thanks for staying with us. Last year, the Defense Department launched a new initiative called This Is Your Military to highlight the work of service members. The initiative also has the goal of debunking myths about military service and increasing awareness among the American people. Using the hashtag #KnowYourMil, the DoD is sharing personal stories to inspire others. And one story to learn more about our soldiers, Major Dat Nguyen talks about an escape from Vietnam. Here's that story.
You just came from a country where you had no future, and now you get to go to, what most people consider the greatest country in the world. That's like a second chance at life, so to speak. My name is Major Dat Nguyen. I work at AFRICOM as a operational analyst in the J8 Directorate. So for me, growing up in Vietnam, I was still a child at this point. I remember bits and pieces and what the adults would tell me later on. The conflict ended in 1975. Before the conflict, our family was part of the Old South. And so when the communists won the conflict, anybody who had ties to the Old South was pretty much blacklisted. It came to a point where my relatives decided this is not how we want to continue. There's no future for us in Vietnam. And we started looking for ways to escape. So we escaped by boat. We unloaded onto the boat at midnight, pitch dark. Imagine you have a boat the size 2.2 meters wide, 1.2 meter high, and about 15 meters long. Not a big boat. This is like a fishing trawler. And then now, imagine squeezing in 149 people on that little boat. We spent 3 days and 4 nights at sea. But luckily for us, we ran to an oil rig and they directed us to Malaysia, and that's where we ended up. Most of the refugees were chosen to go to the United States because of the ties from the Vietnam conflict. Since I've been in the United States, I have been given an opportunity to go to school for free and to go to West Point, where I received all these great trainings to be leaders. And I think this is one way that I look at it as giving back to the United States for the opportunities that the country has given me. Every day when I put on the uniform, I consider it a privilege to serve, right? And for me, the country, the United States, gave me the second chance to make something of myself. Right? Had I been stuck in Vietnam, I don't know what would happen to me. The American dream, right? People say that a lot, and I really truly believe in that. And I think our family is a living embodiment of that aspect. For us, America is still an amazing country. We are truly grateful for this nation.
That's all for today, but you can find more of our exclusive news coverage at cbnnews.com. Hope you'll join us next time. Have a great day.